Alpha Nerd Entertainment. What is going on, guys? Steve here from Alpha Nerd Entertainment. Today I'm doing a no death run review of 1991's Power Blade, released by Taito in 1991 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, this game is pretty awesome. I first played this game in, I think, 2017, and I really enjoyed it. So when I started my journey into the no death run world, I always wanted to do this one, as it's an incredibly likable, fun game. Poses a pretty good challenge as well, but the more you play it, the easier it becomes. So let's just talk about it as a whole and do the GamePro magazine review as we always do. I'm going to start with the music this time. I normally start with graphics, but I'm going to start with the music for a very specific reason. The music in this game is phenomenal. It is one of my favorite soundtracks from the 8-bit era, and it gets an overwhelmingly 5 across the board. It's just very catchy, very well written songs. Sound effects are also good, but the music is just so engaging, so lively, and just really well written. Just really good stuff. Hard to believe that a primitive 8-bit game like this can produce such good music. Really is good. 5 out of 5. Its graphics are okay. Now, it's 1991, so it's a relatively late release, so they're not awesome or anything. They're not bad, but I think 3.5 out of 5 is pretty fair. Your sprite runs pretty retarded, as you see, and you'll see again, and really gets those arms up, eh? It's like, reminds me of like the Bushwhackers, but not quite as bad. I'm gonna farm a little here. So the graphics, that might be enough. Yeah, I guess that was enough farming. I got myself my burger. Cheeseburger is your health. It's a giant cheeseburger too, so you know it's good. But yeah, the graphics, they're not bad, they're not great, but I think 3.5 is fair. Its controls, they're near perfect. I can't think of any complaints other than his jump feeling a tad shorter than maybe it should be. It's responsive. When you hit the button, you feel like the game inputs those commands almost immediately. So there's no delay there, which is something I noticed in quite a few Nintendo games. So I farm for another burger. I'm going to give the controls a 4.5 out of 5. So I get another burger. They're good. They're very good controls. They're very tight. The use of the boomerang works really well. As you power it up, I'm halfway powered up right now. And the more you power up, the further it will shoot. The longer you let that bar reach across, the further it will throw. Just all a good mechanic that adds to its controls and adds to your ability to use that boomerang. Rapid tapping will be shorter throws, which is still another part of the control that you can use strategically or taking your time, throwing them much further. Controls are very good. The fun factor in this game is really high too. It's a good game. It's a really good game. And what I like about it is that it's tough, but it's not gruelingly hard. It poses a challenge, but it's still also quite easy in its own right. Your first couple playthroughs will probably be rather tough, but after that, you'll really start to understand the game and appreciate the game and realize it's missed the burger. Pretty easy. I'm going to give the fun factor also a 4.5 out of 5. Delicious burger. As I cry about the delicious burgers. Oh, I got that burger. Catching burgers, taking names. Good level design in this game as well. Cool enemies. Some people call it Power Mix. I call it Power Boomerang. The reason some people call it Power Mix is because it takes a lot from a lot of good games. Sometimes I feel like I'm playing Batman by Sunsoft. Sometimes it resembles a Castlevania game. Gotta get the cheese wheel. Gotta get the cheese wheel. Cheese wheel. That's an easy to get cheese wheel too. The cheese wheel, as I call it, is basically an E-Tank from Mega Man. Easy to get cheese wheel. Easy to get cheese wheel. Might even use that fucking cheese wheel. Yeah, I'm pretty low on health right now. I actually find the first level a little bit challenging compared to others. Yeah, I have some small complaints with this game, as there is the Power Blade suit, which only provides 3 hits before it's gone. Something that's improved in Power Blade 2. As we enter the room here. Boom!
Don't feel guilty about it.
What did I do there is I grab a handful of crackers while playing. There's a trick there that if you fire the grenade off as you're entering the room, you'll insta-kill 4 of the 7 bosses in the game. I said I don't feel guilty about it, and I don't. I feel a little bit guilty about it, but it's a trick, it's a secret. This was a very casual playthrough too. I didn't take this one too seriously. I got this quite easy. And again, using that trick made it easier, but again, nothing cheese wheels can't help. So in the case that you're low on health, press select, switch from grenade to cheese wheel, and you can use your health cheese wheel as like an E-tank. As I destroy this Sinestro head attached to a wall. It's worth killing these guys just to see their jaw hit the floor. It's like, it's pretty stupid. Great music though. Again, this level also has some awesome music. I call these guys the Green Dog robots because they look like they're little robots, but they look like they have hair that resembles Green Dog the Beat Surfer Dude. So yeah, to me they're Green Dog robots, and they're also in the second game. I like that they brought them back. But yeah, this game really takes a lot from other games. You know, Castlevania, a little bit of Mega Man, especially the second game takes a lot from Mega Man. It's just a good-looking, good-playing game that I think all Nintendo collectors and fanboys have probably played. If you're not so familiar with the NES library and some of their harder games discourage you, well,
fucking thing.
This is right up your alley. As again, it's still challenging, but it's still kind of easy. Another waterfall. It was.
Thank you. I deserve that.
Oh, Darkwing Duck. I was playing, and there was another typical waterfall with the rolling logs, just like Revenge of Shinobi, or Tiny Toons, or Power Blade. They remind me of the Medusa heads that float on by. Another Castlevania-esque thing. Okay, so yes, these are the operatives, your co-workers, if you will. And to access the boss and get through the door that is kind of placed not in a non-linear way, you must find them first to enter that room. And in a lot of early playthroughs, you probably will find that door before you find the operatives. So it is essential that you find the operatives so they can give you the key card so you can access the boss fight. So the first 2 levels are easy enough that I didn't even need the Power Blade suit, so I didn't even go out of my way to get them. This part's stupid. Getting by all of these is easy, but 2 of them, I swear you have to take a hit. Just, yeah, the bottom one here, I have no idea. If you know how to get by this one here, and the last one, let me know, because I just take a hit and go. The health bar, another thing. This health bar is same as Ninja Gaiden's. The name is same as Simon Belmont's. Very common health bar used in NES games. They borrowed a lot of things from one another.
They were coming up to a cheese wheel.
That's right, coming up to another cheese wheel, which you can ration and save for dangerous times. Does that collect another burger?
Cheese wheel hype.
Cheese wheel hype. Okay, little secret here. You're probably supposed to come from the other way, but you can go through that wall.
Okay, we got a grenade, so we're good.
You could have just gone across the top and around. It just saved me a little bit of time.
Don't feel that.
Yeah, so again, I use that grenade trick, and I think me saying that I don't feel bad about it is my way of actually feeling guilty about using that trick. But there's a part of me, again, that wanted to get this no death run out because I was more hyped to bring you guys Power Blade 2, as that's a very rare, very expensive, and a game I've never seen anybody play. So when I did Power Blade 2, I came back and did Power Blade, because this one's more of the classic and more of the beloved NES title, myself included, though I've grown to like Power Blade 2 more. So I wanted to get the no death run done without any BS, if you will. So yeah, using that trick.
I'm gonna rock the tunage up a little bit. It's good music.
I'm turning the music up. Music is great in this game. But yeah, obviously I feel a little bit guilty about using that trick, but I can see myself revisiting this game, putting it on expert, completing all the bosses the way you were intended to do, and getting the no death run that way. But I kind of wanted to get both no death runs out in the same weekend. Because yeah, I'm really hyped about the second one. Like this is not a new game to me, where Power Blade 2 is, and that's really fresh in my mind, and I really liked it. Purple Gorillas.
Ah, fucking Optimus Gordon Frog got me.
Yep, Optimus Gordon Frog, which is a reference to Wild Wild West with Will Smith, and kind of mocked by Cartman from South Park. It's just good.
I was gonna say, that's fucking annoying.
Okay, so easy to find operative here. This level is definitely more linear than the first two, which makes it easier finding him as I take this opportunity to reach into my bag of spicy crackers and have a snack. Again, this is a very casual NDR. This was honestly one of the easiest NDRs I've done in a long time, but I also think that's just a sign of me getting better as well. But yeah, this one came incredibly easy. I had to do like one warm-up playthrough, and then I just got it. Hey, not bragging, it's just I have experience with the game, so. So here, getting past the green dog robots. Careful with this drop. When you let go of the ladder, hold left or you'll drop and die. Likewise with here, you could do it again. I just play it safe. Now naturally, speedrunners are going to drop instantly. They're going to damage boost a lot as well, because he can take a lot of hits. Okay, I still haven't got the Power Blade suit, but honestly, that's something that's greatly improved in the second game. So I'm going to talk about a bit of a complaint with the game as I go down here to get my first Power Blade suit, is that it only takes 3 hits. Now look at it. It looks like RoboCop. So you go from a dude in blue jeans, a black beater, and that's it, just regular clothes, into this armored suit that can shoot through walls, and it's fucking badass, and it is OP'd. But where it's not OP'd is its ability to take damage. Why does it take 3 hits until it's gone? That's retarded. It is an armored suit. So you're telling me you're stronger in your blue jeans and your black shirt? I think they just didn't want you to blast through the game with the Power Blade suit. But like, I don't know. I don't know how they could have fixed it. Power Blade 2 actually fixes it, in my opinion. And I'll talk about that in the Power Blade 2 No Death Run. But it is a complaint of mine that, 3 hits and that armored suit's gone. Because it's fun to use, and it can be relatively easy to lose it, because it is easy to get hit in this game as we make our way to the 3rd boss, and a boss I actually have to fight now.
Turn around.
So what you gotta do here, there's 4 spots on this beehive, and you gotta shoot them when the bees open. So I'm focusing on the first one. I'll only land a shot when it opens up and releases a bee, and that's the only time it'll do damage. There's the first one destroyed. I'll just focus on the bottom one now. Since I have the Power Blade suit, I'm basically invincible. There we go. And that's the honest truth too. One of the main reasons. One of the main reasons I don't feel all that guilty about using that grenade trick with 4 bosses is that, the bosses aren't that difficult. And in a pinch, you can use one of the 2 cheese wheels I already have, which...
Okay, 4 I'm a little fuzzy on.
Grenades are really awesome in this game, and not just awesome for that trick with the bosses, but you know, they're a screen clearing attack, and in really troublesome spots.
Have I gone back there? Fuck, yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, this is still a pretty rusty playthrough. I didn't overly remember where to go. Actually, that was kind of a neat moment where my sixth sense was like, you're going the wrong way. So something told me to turn around. But like, yeah, these green dog robots are pretty annoying in tight areas. So grenades can be super useful for getting rid of them.
I don't think so.
Grenades aren't that plentiful, but...
Is that the door?
You can still find them easy enough by just eliminating enemies.
Fucker.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh yeah. I know we want to be in the ice world.
Yeah, you want to get down here. Some of them are more maze-like levels than others. And you don't want to be running around too much not finding the operative. That's like, as soon as you start a level, find the operative. So this is probably my second favorite song in the game. They're all really good. Stage 6 is one of my favorite video game songs. This is an annoying spot, and a spot that would have served me well to use a grenade, to be honest. And really hard to get cheese wheel without dying. I just pass on it. It's here's the thing though, if you're playing for just a regular playthrough, like a 1cc or whatever, just dying a whole bunch of times, you don't lose your cheese wheels when you die. And you might even get to keep them if you use continue, and I think you do, to be honest. So it's like, the game doesn't punish you. So like, if you get that and die, yeah, that would ruin my no death run, so I'm not risking it. But if you're just trying to beat the game and you find it tough, which it can be, get that cheese wheel and die, because your life is meaningless compared to getting the cheese wheel.
Let's get hit.
So
I'm going
to talk about one of the interesting differences between Power Blade 1 and Power Blade 2 is this game generally takes place outside. As you saw in levels previous, this level as well, you're not inside of buildings all that often. There's usually sky in the background with clouds, building structures, but outside. The second game is pure inside. You infiltrate buildings and have to destroy these buildings and everything in them. So as we're inside a building here, this is generally how Power Blade 2 looks a little bit more. It's a much darker game, so the sprite looks better, in my opinion. Like, your sprite of your character, that Arnold ripoff, looks much better in the second game. But I don't know, maybe not enough people played it.
Gotta go this way.
But I do think Power Blade 2 is the superior game. Even though overall this game is excellent. It just does everything right. It doesn't do anything wrong. Like I said, its graphics are not great, but they're good. The music is phenomenal. The controls, one of the most important things I look for in a game. Controls are almost everything to me. Graphics can be compromised. Sound can be compromised. But honestly, its control and fun factor are the biggest things for me that I look for in a game. Difficulty is something I enjoy in games, but I can enjoy an easy game all the same. At the end of the day, for me, it's good controls and having fun is the forefront of what I look for in a game. And this checks off all those boxes really well. It's probably annoying, but anyways. Let's harmonize gaming, Steve. relatively difficult jumps, relatively easy. I mentioned when I talked about the controls that there is something about his jump that feels like it could be slightly bigger, because a lot of the jumps look harder than they are. And it's a weird thing to explain, but it's like if they just made his jump slightly bigger, you would just feel more comfortable going into some of those jumps. So it's like you can miss a lot of those jumps quite easily if you jump a little bit too early. Okay, I think we're just gonna nuke another one here. Yeah, we only fight stage 3, 6, and 7.
Don't feel bad about it.
1, 2,
I feel
4, and 5 are the ones we insta-nuke, and I do feel bad about it. I'm full of shit. That's my guilt talking. But I do plan on revisiting this with a proper playthrough on expert, no death running it. But you know, again, this doesn't discredit the playthrough.
All right, 5.
Go watch any speed run. I guarantee you they use that. And this is no speed. It's a pretty slow playthrough. Like I enjoyed this last night, and I was just chilling, literally eating chips right now, just munching away, sipping my drink. This was like all for fun, and more because I didn't want to just upload a Power Blade 2 No Death Run. I was like, let's do them both. I did them both in the same night too, which was just a fun night of gaming.
I don't know. I gotta go down here? I don't think so.
Another really good song. Probably my third favorite in the game.
Oh, fuck.
Accidental use.
Well, that saved me a hit, though.
It saved me a hit, but
Hey, what about down
I
here?
wasted a grenade.
Can I destroy that? Aw, fucker.
See, now here's some tricky jumps. And
Sure.
what's annoying about this is you're going to get that Power Blade suit, which only takes 3 hits before you lose it. And if you're not a platforming pro, or it's your first couple playthroughs, as I almost took a hit there, there's a good chance you're going to get that Power Blade suit and come out of here with 1 or 2 hits taken. Now, I did it because I'm Alpha Nerd and I'm awesome. But look, I already took a hit anyways, getting past that turret machine. So it's just, no, being Alpha Nerd still isn't good enough. I'm kind of trash in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to NES. But it's been kind of fun getting my feet wet a little bit with the NES library. Now, mind you, this is a game that I do know, but, you know, my knowledge and experience with the NES isn't what some people's are. You know, like, I don't know the system all that well. I do love it. I have a great respect for it. There's an undeniable charm about the way their games look and play. And there's a reason why if someone considers the NES the greatest console of all time, I would not argue it for a second. I'd be like, that's a really quality pick. It's not my favorite. I think the Genesis is superior. And that's just not biased. Like,
I'll take that grenade.
As much as I wouldn't refute or argue someone's choice with the NES, I would expect the same with someone hearing me pick the Genesis. Because it's like, plays smoother, plays faster, better graphics, and a library just as deep. But the NES is awesome, though. I really think it is an amazing system. My second favorite of all time. It's an incredible system, and I still need to dive deeper into its library. Now, I've gotten my feet wet with a lot of the games, because I had a friend who owned like a good 200 games. 2 friends, actually, but one in particular, my friend named Tom, who had a very, very good library of NES titles. So I played a lot of games at his place, but I never got to get my hands on them, you know what I mean? So it's like, we would hang out, smoke a couple joints, have a couple fucking beers, smoke a couple bowls, some bong rips. We smoked a lot of weed, but we did kind of just go from game to game. We didn't complete that many.
We'll go up there.
Usually because he always wanted to turn them off and play something new.
I've got that.
And I'll say this in all honesty, I'll share a gaming story. He saw that I had the gaming mentality to turn a game on and crush it. And seeing as there were a lot of the games he owned, he didn't beat, he didn't want to beat those. the first time with me doing the majority of the work.
That looks like a pretty
So
good
we would
jump.
test them. He would see I'd start kicking some ass. And he'd be like, well, let's play another one. And I'd be like, fuck, man, I want to finish this game. Some he just let me do, like Batman, because he just couldn't get it done. So I remember Batman was one he didn't turn off on me. Good guy, strange guy, really good dude, good friend. Shout out to Tom, wherever you are, brother. Great gamer as well. Yeah, he definitely robbed me of really sinking my teeth into a lot of NES games. And I get it though, like if you haven't beaten a bunch of games, do you want to turn it on when you bought the game that's expensive? And have your buddy kind of just rip through your library of games when you haven't beaten a lot of them? So some part of me understands why he's like, no, let's pop on a new one. But for me, it was maddening. So now that I don't have Tom to just turn his system off and say, let's play a new game, I'm able to just rip through some of these NES titles. And honestly, I got to get to some of the harder ones because I could start piling up no death runs on the NES. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not just going to, like, Little Mermaid I did because I enjoyed it. I understand it was an extremely easy game, but that's a good example of how I could literally rack up 10 or 15 no death runs
last time.
playing easy NES titles, but I don't want to do that. I want to make sure they're good games that are somewhat challenging, and this game is definitely challenging. It's not an easy title. I consider it easy, but it's not necessarily easy. Now, there are a lot of easy-ass NES games, and I don't want to just tarnish my playlist and oversaturate it with easy-ass no-death runs. But the NES library is awesome. I'm just saying that I could kind of go haywire no-death running games.
It's cheap, but it's kind of nice to be able to be cheap back to the computer for once in a while. Normally, we're getting, you know, the games being cheap to us, so...
That's true. That's one thing. I don't feel that bad in the sense that games are usually screwing us, and this game has a great way of hitting you when you don't want to be hit, so...
I might look down. Oh, yeah.
My favorite song in the game. Great song. One of my favorites from the NES library. Really good song. So this part here reminds me very much of Castlevania with the jumping fish. Of course, the green dog monsters, but those jumping fish. Very Castlevania-esque. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. What a
favorite song.
Good riff. I'm turning it up. It has like an 80s feel. Just good, man. So good.
I hate this spot, so...
This spot can be tricky. It's no disappearing blocks like in Mega Man 3, but... Like, I'm surprised I didn't get that. That is bullshit.
Fucking bullshit, dude.
And the thing is, I'm sitting at 29 minutes right now. Do you really think I want to fall into that water and die? So it's like, screw it.
It's just a stupid spot.
I'm just gonna take my time. Like I love the game, and I'd have no problem playing it again. But like, honestly, like I do not want to play perfect here, perfect-ish, for 29, 30 minutes and fall in this water just to hit reset and start over. So it's like, nope, take your time, get on through.
bullshit.
Such a good song. Yeah, so what are the NES titles that are hard that I've put off? Well, 3 Ninja Gaidens. Not a fan of the respawning bad guys when you move back a little. I don't care for Punch-Out. It's not my style of game. I'm a platformer. I'm not saying I don't like Punch-Out. I just don't have any eagerness to want to get good at it and play it. I tried it, got halfway through the game, and honestly, I got kind of bored. I didn't want to learn everything. Like, when it comes to something like boxing, I want it to be boxing and not a game of memorization and basically quick time events. Not saying I don't like...
We need
the game's
Hall &
cool.
Oates singing on this track.
Cue the picture of Hall & Oates. Yeah. Yeah, Hall & Oates rock. I can just see them jamming out to this. You're out of touch. You're out of touch. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, not too interested in Punch-Out, but obviously I gotta do NES Battletoads. I gotta do the 3 Ninja Gaidens. I gotta do 2 Castlevanias because I don't care about Simon's Quest. I don't care about all its cryptic weirdness and learning it. I don't care about Metroid. I'd rather play Super Metroid. It has a map. It has better graphics. So I'm sure the original Metroid's a good game, just not interested. So 3 Ninja Gaidens, Battletoads, Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. I've beaten 3 actually. So Mega Man 1 and 2, and Mega Man 1's quite hard. So I gotta get those 2 under my belt.
You know what?
Fuck Silver Surfer. The game sucks. I don't care. I have a much more refined taste for shooters than Silver Surfer. That game's dog shit. It's beneath me. It doesn't even deserve me playing. I hate that game. It sucks. Credit to everyone who's played it and beaten it. I know it's hard, but it sucks. And it's an insult to one of my favorite characters. Okay, so second boss so far.
Here's Cheese Wheel.
Got here low on health, so I had 3 cheese wheels. I have 2 left.
Yeah, Cheese Wheel just to be safe.
I could have did that without a cheese wheel, but
3 bosses you actually have to face, so you can only do that glitch trick. It's not even a glitch; it's just a secret.
So yeah,
really.
there's 10
a bug in the system.
Hard NES games that Alpha Nerd needs to kind of do.
Bosses. They're not even that tough to do.
Not just because I have to, because I want to. You know, because they're a part of gaming history, and it's almost insane to think that I haven't beaten certain games like the Ninja Gaiden series, because they're very iconic. Unlike, say, Battletoads, which is more of an acquired taste and wasn't even well received when it came out, Ninja Gaiden was. So it's like, I could even get over not beating Battletoads because it wasn't. It was knockoff Ninja Turtles when it was released. That's how any teenager or guy in his early 20s who's a fan of the Turtles, we just viewed that as fucking knockoff Ninja Turtles bullshit. It's rather cheap, and it wasn't anything anyone wanted back in the day. You know, we wanted Manhattan Project, not Battletoads, you know what I mean? Though I want to beat Battletoads because I do like it. I do think it's a good game. I think it's very flawed. But Ninja Gaiden and Castlevania, they are must owns for someone who loves gaming. And the reason I do these no death runs is they're not just no death runs for the sake of being like, oh, I can beat games without dying. It's more like a clean aesthetic playthrough with no interruptions, you know, no repeating any parts of the game because of death. For the love of gaming, to look at it and analyze what I like about it. When I look at this robot and I compare it to Green Dog, that is a love for gaming. As stupid as that is, it's like
burger time.
The way it's shaped, I just see the haircut of Green Dog. And it's an appreciation for gaming. It's a love for gaming. It's an excuse to play a game. It's an excuse to beat it without dying. It's a way of improving as a gamer. I do this truly for the passion and the love of gaming. And I think I proved that in my view count. You know, I could easily do drama videos and grow in subs and get 500 to 1,000 views, but I wouldn't be proud of that content remotely at the end of the day. I also would think 10 years from now, there would be nothing for me to sit back and watch that. In fact, I would probably be more embarrassed to go back and see myself arguing with people and insulting people and I would consider it rubbish. Where at least with this, I would look back, because I guarantee you when I'm 50, I won't be as into gaming as I am now, as the reflexes will fade, the hand-eye coordination will be reduced. I'll still game, but while I'm still young, it'll be awesome to look back at the library of games that I pressed forward and beat without dying, trying to test myself and see how good I could potentially be as a retro gamer, opposed to looking back at drama-filled nonsense and garbage. Super waste of a grenade. Wasted 2 grenades. But I know I have to fight this boss anyways, because we're on the last level now, guys. So we're approaching the end game here. We're dropping the jaw, Sinestro head. We're gonna take our time here to make sure we do not die. I like that they put this here too. I'm just testing it.
That seemed like a good one.
Make sure.
I'll wait for that again.
Great game, Power Blade.
They're like
if you've never played it, it is a must-play NES game. It's just fun.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that.
Good. Sound like John Hancock. It's really good. It's really fun. It is though. It is really good. It is really fun. Just phenomenal music, great controls, solid graphics, cool boss fights. Great little secret I discovered here. If you move all the way to the left and stay at the left, you'll always just shoot down, kinda. And when he starts to materialize, run out, quick shot. It's better than just running all over the place. It's like you're controlling his movement. I like that kind of manipulation in gaming where you can kind of dictate what they do, because you know that they're kind of glued to attacking you. A lot of these enemies will want to follow and stalk you. Some of them have patterns. He's one that will kind of follow you all around. So when I know an enemy is going to follow me, I'm going to control this ass. Now this one has a pattern. That's why I'm standing in this spot, because that's the opening spot to stand to land some shots. Because you can only land when that window opens. Closed, can't get hits. Get some more hits. Lose the Power Blade suit, no big deal. Selecting cheese wheel just in case. I have 2 notches off my health bar.
The cheese wheel just in case. I don't need the cheese wheel. I just used the cheese wheel. Anyways.
Why not? I have it.
There we go, guys. No Death Run, a Power Blade for the NES. 1991's by Taito. Great game. Really love this game. I first discovered it in about 2017. And I'll allow Commentary Steve to talk a little bit about all that. And it's one I always wanted to know Death Run. I feel a slight amount of shame using that secret with 4 of the bosses.
I do and I
did
don't.
discover that trick on my own. So seeing as I did discover that trick on my own, I feel less bad about it.
Thank you.
But I was looking to pump out a couple extra no death runs, and by the time this is uploaded, I'll have done Power Blade 2 as well.
I'm actually going to upload this one
first. That one was harder, and I like it more, surprisingly. So if I ever come back to this, I'll put the game on Expert, and I'll beat all the bosses legit. But regardless, I still did it. And I feel very little shame for using that trick. It's also
I feel guilty.
Knowledge as well. It's nice knowing little things like that. A little cheap, but usually it's the game being cheap to us, so it's nice to get one back once in a while. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching Power Blade, No Death Run. It's a great game. It's a knockoff for Arnold. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I'll catch you all next time in the No Death Run. Commentary Steve. Say goodbye as well. Thank you for watching Power Blade, my No Death Run. No!